Welcome to another video from Hegarty Maths. It's Mr. Hegarty here. This is the 5th video on integration. This video is going to continue doing some of the integration techniques, but just where beforehand the function you've got just needs a bit of tidying up and a bit of sorting out before it's ready to integrate. So let's have a look. Here's the first question we're going to do together. We're going to integrate 2 divided by x cubed, subtract 3 square root x. Now the first thing we must do is put everything in power form before we can integrate. So that's before I even start integrating, the first step is put in power form plus simplify where appropriate. So we're going to put each of these in power term. So we're not integrating yet until it's in power. So keep the integral, keep the bracket. How do I write 2 divided by x cubed in powers of x? Well, I would write that as 2x to the negative 3. How do I write subtract 3 root x as powers? Subtract 3x to the power of a half. Close the bracket, keep the dx. So that first step was purely putting it in power form and simplifying. There was no simplifying needed. Now and only now am I going to integrate. So I can drop the integral sign. I am now integrating it. Add 1 to the power, x to the negative 2, divide by this negative 2, 2 over negative 2. Keep that negative there for now. Add 1 to the power, 3 over 2, divide by 3 over 2, so 3 divided by 3 divided by 2, and don't forget your constant of integration plus c. Now we can tidy up. 2 divided by negative 2 is negative 1, so we're just going to write negative x and negative 2. 3 divided by 3 over 2 is 2, so we're going to write subtract 2x to the 3 over 2 plus constant. And I can't be bothered to write that out again now, but that, well, I should. 2 over x cubed subtract 3 root x with respect to x is equal to this answer here. Okay, and you could differentiate that to get the integrand and check you did it correct. Next one, example 2. Now it looks like it's in power form, but you've got an x here with brackets with other things. Your only option is to multiply out the bracket and get everything all in power form before you launch into this, because you can't do it in that form. So we can't do the integral yet. Let's keep it into the integral sign because we're not going to do the integral. We're expanding the bracket. X times x squared is x cubed. X times 2 over x is just plus 2, right? Put the brackets around it, write the dx. Now we're ready to integrate. So drop the integral sign, add 1 to the power, so x to the power of 4, divide by the 4, there's a hidden 1 there, so do 1 over 4. Any number integrates to that number times x, so this is just going to be plus 2x plus constant. And therefore write the integral of x squared plus 2 over x with respect to x is equal to this here. And we're done. Okay, next one, last example, we're going to try and integrate this. Now it looks quite complicated. There's various bits that are complicated. First we have 2x all squared, so that needs working out. And then we have this thing here which needs simplifying because it's not in single powers of x. There's an x root x on top, there's plus 5 over x squared, so we need to write those in powers of x all separately. Okay, so the first things first, we can't integrate yet. We're going to write is equal to the integral and try and work each thing out. Now 2x squared, that means 2x times 2x, which is 4x squared. So this thing, if we expand it out, we get 4x squared. And I'm just not going to do the integral yet. I'm just going to write that as x to the half, if you don't mind. So that's going to be x to the half plus 5 divided by x squared. Brackets with respect to x. Now all I did here, if you'll look, I just wrote this thing here, root x. I just wrote that as x to the power of a half. Now I still need to simplify this thing further. I can divide x to the half by x squared, and I can divide 5 by x squared. So I could write this, again, I'm not doing the integral yet, the integral of 4x squared plus x to the half over x squared plus 5 over x squared. That's a perfectly acceptable rule, close bracket dx. Now I'm going to write this as a single power of x, and I'm going to write this as a power of x so that it's ready at last after all that work to integrate. So this is going to be equal to the integral of 4x squared. X to the half divided by x to the 2 is x to the half take away 2, which is plus x to the negative 3 over 2, negative 1.5. Plus 5 over x squared is plus 5x to the negative 2. And we're going to at last integrate this with respect to x. Now and only now can I drop the integral sign because I'm doing the integration now. Add 1 to the power, x cubed, divide by the new power, 4 divided by 3. Add 1 to the power, negative 3 over 2, add 1 is x to the negative a half, and divide by negative a half, so it's going to be plus 1 divided by negative a half. Here, add 1 to the power, so it's going to be x to the negative 1, keep that plus there by the way, and we're going to divide by negative 1, so 5 divided by negative 1, plus constant. And now it's time to tidy up, so this is 4/3 x cubed. 1 divided by negative half is negative 2, x to the negative a half. 5 divided by negative 1 is negative 5, x to the negative 1, plus constant. So the integral of 2x all squared plus root 5 plus 5 over x squared with respect to x is equal to this here. And we're done. And that's it for this video. Hope that made sense. Thanks for watching.